Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. Hopefully you guys can hear me fine. I usually wear my headset because that's where my microphone is, but I just have it propped up on my table. Didn't feel like wearing it. If this is the first time you come across my channel, welcome to my daily recaps. Hopefully you guys learn a little bit how I trade the market, what I trade in, stuff like that. Just letting you guys know, I also stream live completely free every single day, 15 minutes before market opens, right here on YouTube or tradecaster.com. Cancel the payment, it's also free. I'm going to go over all of my trades. I am sitting at a red day of $570, but my lowest today, I think I was down almost $1,100. So I definitely made back almost $500 or $500 off my low, which was really good. I definitely decreased my red day, but today was definitely a frustrating day. If you are new to this channel, like I said, I stream live every morning. I don't know if some of you guys watched me live for the first time this morning, but just wanted to point something out for you guys. So I've been streaming completely free for 6-7 months. I'm going to do a little bit of a rant before I go over my trade. I've been streaming free almost since the beginning of the year, March, somewhere around there. And for the people that have been with me from the beginning, you guys know I'm a profitable trader. You guys know I'm very consistent. You guys know I really do make money with real money in the stock market, right? Um, but you guys are seeing also the transparency of a profitable day trader struggling, and I'm not considering it struggling, but just maybe a period of frustration, maybe a period of break even. Not even that. I'm still green on the month. I'm still over $4,000 green on the month, and I have the rest of the week. To, I could maybe step it up $1,000, $2,000 by the end of the week, and sit at a 6K month. That's still decent. But what I'm trying to show you guys is nobody out there that has a Ferrari, that has a Lamborghini, that makes $30,000 a day does not go through days like this, does not go through frustration like this. And you guys saw a little bit of that this morning during my live trading session. By the way, I feel like I have to apologize. Sorry. Sometimes I can just get frustrated and just complain or, be stubborn about things. But it also helps you guys to see the transparency and really know what day trading is, right? It's like a job. You're not going to go into your job, even if it's your dream job, and have a great attitude every single day. There's going to be days where you just don't want to get out of bed, whatever. Anyways, um, so definitely a little bit frustrated. Now, a lot of people tell me this. Why don't you come back the next day and descale size? Drop your share size, trade smaller. And I've never really done that. The frustration doesn't come from the losses. The frustration comes from the trades, the trading. Um, I took two or three good setups today that should have worked. One of them that would have worked and would have flipped my whole day around. Um, and just I took losses on them. And then I took a bad trade, a bad setup that I shouldn't have taken. I shouldn't have taken or averaged down, and took a big loss on that one. So it's not necessarily my emotions kicking in. It's not necessarily my share size kicking in. It's just the trading in this market. And so I know if I come back tomorrow and I trade the same things, I should be good. I should be able to nail some of these trades and whatever. Another thing, I don't really trade emotional. A lot of people are going to tell me, drop your share size, you're emotional. It's not that I'm trading emotional or scared from giving back profits last week. Last week I had the worst week of my whole year, down $1,600 last week. Nothing I can't get back, and it's for being $1,600 and having that $2,000 loss from that direct offering trade that I'm not really counting in my head. It still played into effect the next days. I came back and I thought I wasn't trading emotional, and I wasn't. I took the trade ups, but the difference is your fuse is so small, is so tiny, because you technically are behind in your brain. You're still like, I'm red. I just had that stupid trade, and you come into the day, you're not emotional, but if one thing goes wrong, if one trade goes wrong, if one setup goes wrong, your fuse just explodes, and that's when you start, getting frustrated, annoyed. Now, as a profitable trader, and hopefully you guys see that, you guys don't see me revenge trading. Today I went down 1,100. Not once did I go up 20, 30, 40, 50K shares on another trade. Not once did you see me lose big here and then just completely quadruple my share size on the next one. You didn't see that. You saw me calm down, trade a Tesla, called it a day. I actually ended the stream. I needed some alone time. I ended the stream. I stood up. I think I got a little bit of a bar, and I came back and I said, you know what? Game time. Scalp Tesla, scalp Tesla, scalp Tesla. And I'm gonna go about Tesla. I'm gonna explain about Tesla because I'm trading Tesla completely different than penny stocks, and you know it's working. 3 days trading Tesla, 3 green days. If it wasn't for Tesla, I'd be down 60, 50, 200, 300, 400, 5, 6, an extra $600 in the last couple of days if it wasn't for Tesla. But Tesla, I'm trading it a little bit different. Anyways, so that is my little bit of a rant for all of you guys. Hopefully you guys didn't click off the video, and if you're still watching, I'm going to go over my trades. There's a couple of trades that I should have gone today, like I said, but just didn't work out in my favor, and I'm going to explain them right now. So let me go over MULN. Now, this was also pretty interesting. I always tell you guys, you know, every stock trades different, but every stock, the same stock might trade the same one day as it did another day. You know, there's stocks that come up on the watch list and I'm like, oh, I remember this stock because the flow, because the way it trades, because half dollar, whole dollars, because the daily chart, you know. And I start recognizing these stocks and I'm like, oh, I remember what this one did. Oh, I remember this one goes. And MULN this morning, it popped up right here. It popped up. So this flag and this flag is what I took. So let me delete this here. So it popped up, one candle open, two candles. That's strong. Look at that volume. That's strong. And then it pulls back one candle, two candles, three candles. Volume completely dies. There is nobody selling this stock. Then again, it's a stock under $1, so I thought maybe shorts are not really in here because you can't short stocks under $1 unless there's another platform out there that lets you. I have no idea. But I took a very heavy share size trade right here. I mean, I was in this thing somewhere in there, 47-ish, with I think 30,000 shares. And at this point, I was like, this is the same thing it did 2 days ago. This is exactly the same setup it did 2 days ago. And 2 days ago, it failed. And at this point, I was like, it's going to do the same thing. And so as soon as this candle started popping down, I just took the trade out there. And I think I instantly went down maybe $450 or something like that. But this is that pattern recognition, that stock recognition, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So this was Friday, and this was Thursday. And if you look at Thursday, you know, where's your pre-market high? To the left, right here. Mark your line. Got it. Stock opens, rips, 3 candles up, and then this thing pulls back. And on Thursday, I took that pre-market high, dip right here again. You know, rips up, good volume, pulls back, ish volume. This candle definitely dropped in volume, but then flushed right through the area, and that's exactly where I had taken that trade. As a matter of fact, I can show you guys real quick right here. There it is. I took that dip right there and stopped on it, lost on that trade. But when I saw that trade this morning, I was like, you know what, this is probably going to do the same thing, and it ended up doing. And that's the trade that any other day or any other stock, this one should have gone. You know, the stock rips up at the open, pretty good volume, pulls back, barely any volume, should hold pre-market highs, should maybe dip below pre-market highs slightly, not that kind of panic flush to recover, and then gone for that new high of day, especially when 50 cents was right above us. So this trade here was one that, you know, just to start off the day, I'm like, you have to be kidding me. My fuse is about to explode, you know, and then here it goes. Puts in that new leg, pulls back down again. Nice volume, increasing as it's getting up, and at this point I'm thinking 50 cents, not this high anymore. That's 49. I'm looking 50 cents right up here, you know. And so flags again. I take another 20, 30,000 share position there, and then starts popping up, and I fully get out of this trade, maybe even all the way up here, because I had a pretty good trade on that one. Yeah, so I followed it all the way up here. So that right there was a good 20,000. So not 30,000, 20,000 on that trade. So I took a little bit share size. There it is again. I'm not revenge trading, you know. But unfortunately, I didn't ride it all the way back up. And then I missed this, you know, 50 cents. This right here is exactly what I was looking. This flag, a rip with low volume. Right here, rip, low volume, is exactly what this is looking like. Rip, low volume, next leg. Rip, low volume, next leg, you know. Where's the next leg? Non-existent. Where's the next leg? There it is. Was I in it? No. I missed this one. I think at this point I ended up going back to MOTS, and so I was trading MOTS and completely didn't see this happening right here at all. And then I go over to MOTS, so that was the trade on here. I went down almost $500 on that trade, and then made half of it back here. So I finished this stock at $250, and that was all I traded on this one. And then I went over to MOTS, and MOTS, the exact same thing. MOTS, let me see. I took a scalp on MOTS, bought somewhere down here on this low, and then sold a little bit. So I got myself green on this stock, but it was like barely anything. And I need to see if it shows my trades. Yeah, so I bought there, got the breakout, nice trade, and then right here, exact same thing, exact same pattern, exact same, this is my strategy, this is my dip buying in this market, this is what I'm looking for, and this is the ones that I am attacking, and here you go, pre-market high, there it is, pulls up out of it, good volume, and then starts pulling back right down to pre-market high, and I add. Pulls down lower to that pivot, I add. Pulls back lower to that pivot, I add. The lows of these candles here are 223, and I'm adding 224 on my last one. So I'm literally nailing the bottom of this trade, and I don't know why I stopped out. I guess maybe I saw a wall up here that wasn't cracking. I thought I saw a bunch of green in the time and sells, didn't go. I don't know what I did right now, and then I don't know what I did, And at this point, I'm in with 7,500 shares, 2,500 plus 2,500 plus 2,500. That's 7,500 shares right there. And I stopped out, and I stopped out for a loss there. So I gave back literally everything from here, which was maybe $100. I don't know what it was. Down to $37 on the name, and then literally a minute later, I stop out. 1 minute later, and this thing just starts rallying back up. And I mean, it went from, say I had an average of 225. It went from 225 all the way up to let's do 235. So that's 10 cents. Okay, well that's 10 cents on 7,500 shares. That's $750. That was the big turnaround right there. Nailed the trade, nailed the setup, executed poorly, got out too early, and that was the setup. At that point, I was down, what's it called? I was down 200 on MULN, and now I would have been up $700, $800 on MOTS. That would have been a $500, $600, $700 day in the first 30 minutes of open. Then tried it there again, let's just see if we keep going. Stopped out of that one real quick. And that was pretty much it. Same thing here. Break a downtrend. Tried buying it. This one again tries to go. How many red candles can we fight off, right? How many red candles can we hold this break of downtrend? Retest. Same thing. 223 pre-market high. There it is. Holding. These things are just not opening up. They're not bouncing like they should. They're not ripping like they should. This thing should have held here. Made the next neg up 240. This thing here, maybe we shouldn't have consolidated that much, but that one was my fault. Oh well, whatever. And then comes KSPN. And KSPN wasn't a gapper, wasn't anything I was watching. Somebody on stream mentioned this one, and I'm not blaming them. There's nothing wrong to call out a stock. People call out stocks all the time, and I nail them all. So. But this one here, pivot there. Spikes up, okay, resistance. Spikes triple top there, okay, resistance. Finally, boom, breaks out of this. And then this thing pulls back, and literally all the way until I bought, which was this candle right here, which is this candle right here. Look at the volume on the stock, Even if you look at the 5 minutes, look at this thing, It pushes up, nice, breaks out. Look at that volume. Look at that red candle forming. And then this next candle starts forming, and I was looking for that pullback right here to this level of 140s, and so I took an early ad on this one just in case this thing wanted to turn back around. And I mean, the second I buy it, just boom, flushes, and then I saw that kind of a flush, and I was like, ooh, maybe that wasn't necessary. Maybe that was just kind of a reaction flush, and so I added back again on that stock, and this isn't something that I'm doing wrong, I did it on MOTS. I averaged down 3 times on that one, and I still would have nailed the trade. Maybe here, maybe 10,000 shares, so I took 2,500 shares more than MOTS. Again, just very unlucky that I just did it on this one and not the other one. But then again, I think this one was moving a little bit slower. I don't know. Anyway, so I averaged down, and then this thing just starts going down and down. And at that point, I decided to cut it at 139, which was right here. And this is, for all of you guys beginners, all of you guys new to the channel, all of you guys new to trading, If you're expecting a bounce and it doesn't bounce, cut it. If you're expecting a breakout and it doesn't break out, cut it. If you're expecting to, hold a certain, break a certain wall, whatever you want, whatever you jumped in the trade and doesn't happen, get out. I stopped out right there at 139, and after I stopped out, this thing goes from 139 down to 130, another 9 cents with 10,000 shares. That's another $900 I just saved from stopping out real quick. So I could have been at this trade another $900 on that. This would have been a $1,400 loss. So bad trade, bad setup, low volume. I probably shouldn't have taken it or taken smaller share size. And then it decides to go. This here is what I was looking for. This here, push up, kind of not necessarily a 1-2 minute flag, but kind of a 5-minute flag down to the low, holds the low, and then boom, rips. Push up, kind of pulls back down slowly, no volume, holds the low, boom, didn't get it. So bad loss there. And then Tesla. Now I need to get ready for Tesla because I don't know how. I don't know if it's the experience in me. I don't know if it's the knowing how to trade in me. Tesla's not a penny stock. This thing is not moving 10 cents. This thing is not moving, whatever you call it, 5 cents at a time. Look at this. Look at this mess. Thinkorswim is going to get onto me for having a lot of orders, By the way, how many is the limit of orders you can have on a day? Like 300 and something or something like that? Anyways, there's a couple of good setups on Tesla that you can trade kind of like penny stocks, like looking at the lows, looking at the highs, and that's going to be this one. So I'm going to explain this setup right here. I absolutely botched this trade. I got out of this trade, I think, down $160 on this trade. And if I would have seen something on the bigger time frame on the daily that I didn't notice when I was trading this, I would have felt a lot more confident to hold this trade. But unfortunately I didn't. And then after this, I'll explain how I'm basically trading all this. But I'm going to get rid of this so you guys see it. That one trade there, this is a break that I took, and then finally I came back, and this is all scalps. But anyways, I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to show you guys something. So I think with Tesla and these large cap stocks, it is important to keep and watch previous high of days, lows. Not once have I ever taken a low of previous day or low of pre-market trade on a penny stock. I don't do that. But with these large caps, it might be a thing, And so if you look at yesterday, the low of yesterday, right here, this right there, kind of mark it, and then kind of, confluence with 2 days ago. But if I mark that low, and then I look at today, not necessarily pre-market low. I mean, I guess you could have taken a pre-market low retest. If you mark this low here, you see stock flushed right under it, tried to spike over it all morning long in the first 10-15 minutes, spiked up to that point, couldn't get higher, dumped. But the low of yesterday, this is what I was looking for. So to keep in mind, this is how you break down the large caps. Tesla is sitting at his 52-week low, and this 52-week low at this time was this right here, this 202. It was exactly 202, 201.91. So let me mark it, 201.91. That was his low. And this right here is the low of yesterday. So if Tesla already is breaking down, can't hold, can't get over pre-market low, right? And then pulls down and then has this little bit of a nice push here. Hits that 201.99, the lowest, the 52-week low, but doesn't break it. At that point, it didn't break it. It literally came right up to it and then pushes up. But look where it pushes up to, that 202.94. That 202.94 is the low of yesterday. Exactly. 202 right there. 203.96. And this thing flags. This is a bear flag. This thing flags, pushes down, flags here, pushes down, pull, flags. And if I would have just seen this flagging under that point, knowing the lows are right there, I would have felt so much more comfortable holding this short through here, because I was short. But I was short maybe here or maybe there, and I got chopped around on this one, and I ended up taking a loss. But if I would have held this trade here a tiny bit longer, I would have gotten this very nice flush. And on stream, when I was doing this one live, I kept saying, if 202 breaks the 52-week low, this thing can easily go 201, 200, pretty easily. and I missed this whole move right here. Somebody actually caught it on stream because I was watching it. I mentioned the bear flag, but I didn't know where the pivot was actually forming. But, you know, it flagged, it broke out of the flag, and when it did, it just completely faded and faded. And somebody got it from like 203 or 202 all the way down to 200, which that was a very beautiful trade. But I was red on it. And then I came back, I think you guys saw, I didn't trade most of this, and then I came back somewhere through this area here, and I was scalping it. And the way I'm scalping this thing, I told you guys I was going to kind of quickly touch on this, is it's not penny stocks. It's not going to completely rip on you. I mean, maybe at the beginning of the day, yes, you know, this kind of rips, kind of rips, kind of rips, here kind of rips, there, nasty flush. But after that, if you look at the rest of the day, it's not really ripping. Even this nice run here, it's like, you know, pushes up, small pullback, pushes up, pushes, small pullback, pushes. You know, it's not really opening like a penny stock. And my main, you know, when I'm trading this is find the trend, you know, find the trend, find the reversal, find where it's getting stuck at, or find where you might see the reversal, and then just buy the dips on the way to the trend, on the way up the trend, you know. And so here I'm trying to just buy the dips, and then when I think it was too high and looking at previous resistances, I was like, you know what, now it's time to buy the reversal. And I think I did it a couple of times. Here you could see, I think it was this one that I nailed, you know, kind of gets stuck there, retouches it, and then pulls back down, and then pull back down. I think I had a very nice ad there that ended up riding it pretty high up. And then what was another reversal here? That same point, that same resistance there, I was able to buy that dip there, rode it up nice, very well. And you're probably thinking, you know, how did you nail some of these trades and still barely make $267? You know, every trade I'm taking here is 200, 300, 400 shares, and 10, 20, 30, 50 cents, even $1, you know, $30, $40, $50. So every trade is like 30, 40, $50. And if I nail a good one, maybe 100 and 150. I did it again here. I nailed this trade here pretty well. Just kind of looking at that trend, you know, holding, try to pull back down, couldn't, and then take that ad there. And then this is the one that I kind of regret because I wish I would have held it longer. But I got fully out to back the high of day or whatever. So I did a couple of ones. Obviously, I got caught up in some bad ones. I think I tried a couple of breakout trades through here, you know, kind of buying the dip there, anticipating the breakout, got flushed on. So I wasn't trading it perfectly, but definitely enough to make back $500. But one thing I have noticed and that I was going to tell you guys is I'm looking at time and sales a lot when I'm trading Tesla. Not even level 2, just time and sales. Because if I'm buying this pullback here and it's currently sitting there, I want to see a lot of buyers coming in. That's going to show me that buyers are trying to defend that point, so therefore I'm in. Once I'm in, I want to see more green to the tape. I want to see more green on the tape and the stock actually moving. There's a lot of times when I was trading Tesla that, you know, right here could have been flashing red, but the stock is not going lower. The stock is not flushing. The stock is not pulling back. At that point, it's like, okay, there might be a lot of people trying to defend this point that have orders on the bid and just, you know, canceling all those sales. And so I've been looking at time and sales a lot, not necessarily level 2, scalping this thing, and it's helped me, you know, on some of these breakouts that I took and was kind of getting stuffed. At this one, you know, if I'm on the breakout and it starts going, out of nowhere, just boom, right on the tape, you know, it starts like kind of like that, there like that. Then I'm like, a little bit careful, take it out, you know, take it off the table or something like that. So it's been helping me. And so far, like I said, I've traded Tesla 3 days in a row, and 3 days green on Tesla, 267 today, 151 Friday, 167 on Thursday. So whatever I'm doing is working. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to keep an eye on Tesla more during the open, unless there's a really nice obvious gapper, unless there's a very nice volume gapper or something like that. And I look at that, but other than that, I'm probably just going to look at Tesla and see if I can catch one of these nice pushes here at the open, or this nice fade here, would have caught that flag there, or maybe even this rip higher here. So I'll keep an eye on that. If you guys made it all the way to the end of this recap video, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. Today's kind of a little bit of a rant video. I'm sitting at 24, almost 25 minutes on the video. But hopefully you guys are, getting the transparency that I'm showing, getting the transparency that a lot of people don't show out there, and kind of learn from it. Take it to your own skills, your own trading, and say, you know what, this is one of those days where my fuse is not that big. I'm going to descale or just play it safer or something like that. But thank you guys for watching this recap. Down $570 today. Feel a lot better than being down 1,100. So I'm just gonna lock it up. Come back tomorrow with a good mentality, with good emotions under check. But just keep it in mind, nothing's really been opening up on the penny stocks. Nothing's really, going for it. So maybe it's time to just wait them out. Wait them out. Find the good setups, find the quality setups, and find the real volume and take those trades. But everything else, learn to be patient and leave them alone. Anyways, guys, enough of Lambo. You guys take care. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the recap. Or on the live stream, sorry.